Welcome and welcome to Yap.
Copyright.
Your attention, please.
I think we're going to be in trouble. We might get strike from YouTube.
We're not live on this, are we, though?
No, it's going to go up on YouTube.
We go on YouTube?
Do you work here?
And Spotify.
Look, I'm not an internal, okay, guys? And you know what? I take back from me saying I listen to this
Honestly,
podcast every
YouTube,
day.
Spotify,
Happy.
TikTok, Instagram.
Oh my God, we're on everything. Oh, well, hello. Welcome.
I'm just happy that you agreed. Hey y'all. My name's Laura. I am the internal marketing manager here at The Attention Seeker. And my co-host is
Maddie. Oh, yeah, give me a... I'm community manager here. A community manager here. Sorry, I didn't say that very well. And I have been on here before.
Yes, she has.
Twice already.
She's a pop culture podcast queen.
Which is hilarious because I feel like our segments today are going to absolutely...
Rick that.
Yeah.
Great transition, Maddie.
But it's great. It's still on the theme of pop culture. Do you know what I mean?
And also, we're allowed to have differing opinions.
Oh, absolutely.
And also, both the articles say kind of contradict themselves if you think about it. Think about it. Because
They do.
pop culture's dying, yet Kamala is utilizing
Yeah.
pop culture to reach Gen Z.
Wow, you're so smart.
So,
You're so smart. She's so good.
I don't know how I feel about those points made, but let's dive into it, shall we?
Are we diving straight into the articles?
Oh,
Yeah, why not? Oh, what do we want to talk about? What do you want
Unless
to
you
talk
have a funny story or...
Oh,
you
yeah,
need to
you-
share a
about?
story.
Do you have a funny story?
Funny... No, you don't have to. Just...
Let me see.
Let me go through my memories.
Anything happened recently you want to share?
We got glass doors.
We did get glass doors.
It's not funny, but it was much needed.
And they're
quite cool. They
it's
look
very
really
That's
nice.
very cool. I'm
Yeah.
scared to use them though.
I actually nearly opened them the wrong way and I went, oh,
I'm scared I'm gonna walk
Scared.
into them.
Huh?
Honestly.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, surely not.
Surely not.
No.
Or
You-
drive
Really
into
not.
them. I have driven into a garage before, guys.
I've driven to a building too. You're
Oh.
fine.
What's wrong with these?
Right.
Restricted. I was on my
I was
restricted.
probably on my restricted. No, I probably was on my restricted. I honestly don't know what happened. I was coming home from like a waitressing shift and I was really tired.
Mm-hmm.
Long busy night, and I was parked in front of my house, in front of my garage.
Oh no.
Like, the car had stopped. It happened really slowly. Like I slowly drove into the garage. I thought I was pressing the brake, but I was pressing the accelerator. But somehow,
slowly crashed into
still,
it.
it was happening slowly, and I knew it was happening as it was happening. I was like, oh, I'm driving into the garage, but I couldn't stop it.
Oh.
Like my brain I was so
You're so
tired
tired.
that my brain couldn't figure out how to stop it while it was happening.
What?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
and it sucked. Anyways, I
I'm
had to
scared for
pay
myself.
for it. I ended up just paying for it out of pocket because the excess on the contents insurance and the car were $500 and fixing the garage was $600, and then it wouldn't be
yeah,
on
yeah.
my insurance record.
Mhm.
So I just
No, fair enough.
paid to get it fixed. But yeah, not ideal when you're a uni student.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, that's my story.
Maddie,
mine was in high school.
any stories?
Oh, that was mine. I'd crashed into a building.
How?
How?
Well,
You fully drove into a building.
I fully drove into a building. I know. It's actually, and you know what? That's the only crash I've ever had. But I was on my restricted, and my grandma was like, "Oh, can you go pick up a post?" And you have to go to the depot and pick it up, whatever.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Like
parcels.
a parcel,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And then I was driving, and then I pull in. It's industrial area too, so everything's made of tin. Do you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So I'm driving in, and I actually see that it was reserved for manager.
Right.
And I was like, oh, fuck. I thought I put my car into reverse, but I didn't. I just accelerated and went straight through the building into a desk.
Oh.
Luckily no one was in that room. And my car was in the building. And the ladies at the depot were so nice. They were so nice. I was quite shaken. I didn't cry or anything. I was just in shock. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I've just this, and they're like, oh my gosh, whatever, it's okay. Like, don't worry. And anyways, I don't know what happened actually. I think it was a blur after that. It got sorted,
Yeah.
right? It was fine. And the funny thing is, I drove a little Volkswagen Beetle. No scratches, nothing.
Huh?
Got nothing. And then the not week after, a couple of days after, my best friend drove into my car. Yeah, she reversed into my car. And guess what? I got out of that some scratches, and I had to actually get my car fixed from her thing, then me crashing into a building.
God, that's wild.
Isn't that
the fact that
crazy?
you actually went through the wall.
I
and,
know.
like,
What if someone was at that desk? I could have killed
that's
someone. I'd be in jail right now.
Whoa, what the-
God.
Oh my God. If you think about it, I've never thought about it.
So that is really like, I personally think that all cars, like newer cars, they stopped having the beep, beep, beep
Yeah.
when you reverse.
Yeah.
You know,
Mine
like,
always
a lot
do
of
now.
cars don't beep anymore when they're in reverse.
Mm.
And as someone who is quite clumsy,
Oh.
and like,
Just
I don't know if
happens.
clumsy is the right word, but like, I don't know. I feel like that's an important safety measure to have in a car.
I always have a beeper in my car. If I don't,
A sensor.
yeah, sensor.
Yeah, but I mean like just in general.
Oh,
like, you know, when
yeah.
you put a car in reverse, these days, most cars are silent.
Mm.
So you like don't really know if you're in reverse unless you, well, obviously do because you just put it in reverse. But like, what if you forgot that you put
Yeah.
your car in reverse?
Yeah, that's so true.
You thought you put your car in reverse and you didn't. Whereas like I just got a new car, however, it's older. It's like 2013 and
Yeah.
it still does the beep, beep, beep when it's in reverse, which
Mm.
I actually appreciate.
You know what? Let's bring back
Bring back
reverse beeps.
beeping.
They do have the beep.
Some
Not
don't,
all of
Carter.
them.
New cars don't.
I'm confused.
Let's ask everyone. Let's
What
do
are you
a poll in
confused
the
about?
office.
When you put a car in reverse, some cars beep, but a lot of newer cars do not beep anymore.
Do you mean beep the whole time you're in
Yes.
reverse? Oh, I thought you mean
Not the
when,
sensor.
when there's just like you're close
Nah,
to
they
something.
beep
Oh,
the
true.
entire time you're in reverse.
Because some of them are like, my car at the moment, it's got a sensor, but at the start when I put it in reverse, it goes beep, 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 beep to let me know it's in reverse.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people put it into neutral. So like if you're like trying to like drive or whatever, because it's, it goes drive, neutral, reverse, or whatever the fuck it
Maybe
is.
we need one or the
Oh,
other. Like
I shouldn't
either
swear.
you have a sensor.
You can swear.
Am I allowed to swear? Oh my God, why did
You're
I?
allowed to swear.
Oh, I got a bit flustered. I was like, oh my gosh, we're on radio.
You know, Stan
gonna
and
get-
Joni
I'm about to
Stan.
lose my job.
Live.
I'm about to lose my job. Oh my God.
Maybe it's one or the other. Like if you have a sensor, if you get close to something, it's gonna beep. But then if you don't have a sensor, your car needs to beep while it's in reverse. Like one or the other. One safety precaution.
I love that. We're
It's
being
important.
safe.
We're being safe.
We're actually saving. We're trying to save the roads.
We really
From
are.
our
Two
driving.
girls. Two girls that have driven into buildings. Clearly, it's not
Young.
us. It's actually not us though.
We were really young
What?
too.
the correct safety precautions
We're just girls.
need to be in place.
You just said that you knew you were going to crash.
Carter,
Yes, but I
when-
was so fatigued, Carter, that you can't even blame me.
She's just a girl. Leave her.
Okay.
I was so fatigued.
I don't want to get in trouble.
When you learn how to drive.
I know how to drive.
Oh,
She said, oh, when you
I've just
know
never
how
seen
to
you
drive.
drive.
Do you have a license?
I've never seen you drive.
Do you have a license?
Are you kidding? I drive everywhere.
I have my learners. Want to see
Mm.
my, oh, no, I don't want to show you my photo.
Oh, my photo's banging.
My photo's
I have
bad.
so.
Why do you still have your learners?
I just got it.
So my
But
my
you're-
statement was not far fetched. Thank you.
Yeah, he just got his
Just
license.
because I don't have
He's
my license
18,
doesn't mean I don't know how
everyone.
to
He's
drive.
18.
Oh, that's naughty. Nah, it's alright. I learned how to drive.
Auntie drove without her learners for like until she was like 30.
You
No,
just
my
pulled
mum
her
drove
out.
around unrestricted until she was 38,
My dad's honors restricted.
and she was just, that was when all my
He's
friends.
50 in 2 years.
That was when all my friends got. My mum got her full license when all my friends got their full license.
I drove on my learners by myself, and then I drove on my.
This is on
restrict-
tape.
It's fine. I have my
This is
full
her
now.
confession.
I have my full out, and I drove on my restricted for like 4 years.
Did you?
I did.
Oh my god, I did defensive driving. I wanted to get my full license so blooming fast.
Yeah.
Plus, it meant that I could drive my friends around at festivals.
My parents weren't
Mm.
strict about that, so like it didn't, like it wasn't like a, oh, I need to get my
Oh.
full.
My
But-
parents weren't either.
You're
Yeah.
just a good girl.
I feel
I
like
was.
everyone drives on their learners.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Oh, they shouldn't though.
Why?
Apparently, restricted
Learners
is.
is a bit crazy, honestly, to drive
Why?
on because you've only done like a little computer test.
Yeah, I know.
Restricted, I get
It
because
doesn't mean you don't know how to drive.
Driving.
It's but legally you shouldn't know how to drive. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if this is like, you know, Stan's mum, and he just got a full like this year.
Carter, you're really, really calling out your entire family on this podcast.
I'm just
He
saying.
said auntie, dad,
Uncle.
Stan's mum.
I'm just saying.
Nah, fair enough. That's all right. So did my family in some ways. Some of my friends don't even drive at all. Actually, that might be wrong. Nah.
Okay,
It's a
guys.
statement. Anyway,
Okay.
Let's get
get
pop
into the
culture.
actual.
We had such a good segue, and then we just went on a rant.
We were yapping too much.
Rampage? I don't think that's
Tangent.
Tangent. Rampage sounds angry.
What should we talk about first?
I think let's dive into pop culture.
Ooh.
So
What's going
It's dead.
on?
pop culture's dead apparently.
Pop culture. Ugh. Rip.
Which I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced that pop culture's dead.
But there's a certain type of pop culture that is people believe is dying. And I can kind of agree in some ways. So if you think about like celebrity pop culture, so like the Hollywood movie stars, the big musicians, possibly like your influencers, the big influencers nowadays, they're all kind of dying off. Like they're not becoming as big as they were. And an example of
Yes.
that is if you think about Britney's meltdown in 2007 or 2008, whenever it was, she shaved her head, she like did a whole thing with a golf club and told everyone to like peeve off, whatever. I feel like if someone did that now, as a status that she had, I don't think it
Yeah.
would be as big of a deal as it was back then.
But
If you think about like Tiger
also-
Woods cheating,
Yeah, that was wild.
that was huge. I thought it was the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah, but also the world is like way more outrageous these days. And people just
Yeah.
have more mental breakdowns publicly, and like men cheat all the time. So it's like not
Men are the fault.
really- like it's really not shocking when it like a man's exposed to cheating these days because it's like such a common occurrence.
I don't
Yeah.
think so.
And also you don't think that it's a common occurrence.
I also think it's just we have more exposure to the world
Yeah.
now.
So like is the world crazier, or do we have more exposure to the craziness?
I think it is.
that
eh?
is diluting that.
I just think men don't cheat.
Carter?
I literally, okay. I don't know if this is appropriate to talk about. I don't know if it is. I was listening to, I don't know. Oh, you're 18. it's fine.
Go for it.
I was listening to the Edge this morning,
Yes.
and they were actually talked to a lady that does things with men, and does things with men
accountant?
that cheat
Oh.
on their wives. Like she's
She punishes
her
them.
only reason. She apparently helps them in their marriage by letting them cheat with her.
Oh wow, she's so sympathetic.
She's
So
so
is
good.
that the man? Is that the man or the woman in fault?
It's both.
Okay.
But the wife doesn't know. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
And she's
it's
like,
both.
I'm going to save your marriage by letting you.
Yeah.
And it's like, how are you saving anything?
That's fucked. That's actually fucked.
But yeah, anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's a
Yeah.
whole.
So the whole thing is that audiences are fragmented now and everyone consumes their own media. So I consume, like what I consume is completely different to
Yeah.
what you consume and what Carter consumes.
Yeah.
But back in the day, we all consumed mass media and we would all consume like every celebrity moment
Yeah.
together, which then those moments became pop
Idolized.
culture references that
Yeah.
everyone understood. But now, because everyone consumes different media, it's hard for that to be the case.
Yeah.
And that is dying. Therefore, brands should focus on more niche audiences and reaching the types of people, the right audience, rather than trying to reach everyone.
Mm.
Which overall, I agree with that. However, I still think that there is an element of like mass media. Like everyone knows the same TikTok trends. You know, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Even-
usually.
yeah, like usually like if they're really big ones,
Yeah.
like most people that consume social media content or like are in this space at all have
Mhm.
like a baseline understanding of like moments. For example, actually, I just remembered this one yesterday. The Mardi Gras like white guy that was like rapping a couple
Oh,
of years
yes.
ago. You remember that?
Yeah, and he was like,
I'm just thinking with my dick. Hey.
Oh, I didn't know that.
he was so
My
good.
shit.
I love him.
That's what I mean. And like everyone knew
Knew who he
about
was.
that moment. So I'm
Hok
like,
Tur girl.
yeah, exactly. Like
Everyone's heard of Hok Tur. They don't need to know who the girl is, but they
and
know what
I've
heard of
never
it.
seen the original, but
Huh?
I know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah, I actually had never seen the original either, but I knew what she looked like before I even saw the interview with her.
So like, yeah, I agree that like this fragmented thing and like the better approach for a brand is probably to do the niche thing and to try and connect with communities because it's a smarter way to go about your marketing. However, I do still think that there are these like huge pop culture references that everyone kind of knows, and
They're transferable to a lot of things.
yeah, it's like not celebrity anymore. It's more like social media just trends
Yeah.
that have become these moments. And although brands shouldn't like rely on these mass things, they can still utilize them in their marketing, you know?
I still think as well, like when we talk about mass media or like celebrities, if we're talking about like high celebrities, they're still relevant and they're still selling things. There's just so many other people that are selling things now, like
Yeah.
influencers, businesses, whoever else, that having someone's name behind it isn't going to cut it anymore.
No.
You actually need, people want to listen to real people, and that's where like the community building comes from and whatnot. So I find it really interesting. But I mean, I think there's a certain amount of celebrities that definitely could push a lot of sales out of things.
100%. People are still paying celebrities like thousands of dollars
know.
to do like campaigns with them.
Yeah.
Like if it didn't work, that would like, and it is slowly dying, but if it didn't work, like people would stop doing it. Whereas like it's still currently a thing. Like the article like last week was about in YAP was about, I don't know her name, but it was like the Wood milk.
Oh, got milk. Aubrey Plaza.
Yes.
Ah,
They use Aubrey Plaza in an ad to advertise like a milk brand, was it?
Yeah, got milk from back in the 90s.
Yeah. So they bought that campaign back.
know the-
The
yeah.
Got Milk campaign back. But I don't actually know who was behind the campaign. Like what brand? Do you?
I thought it was got milk. I thought that
Got
was
Milk is the slogan, but what's the brand?
I think it's called Got Milk.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. You know what I
Could be
mean?
wrong.
Like people are still like brands are still using celebrities because it does work.
Sarah V. And they did Michael Cera.
Yeah.
And that was so smart because it's funny.
Yeah.
And like, even though Michael Cera isn't like, he's a huge celebrity, obviously, but he's not like A-list. He's not like Margot Robbie kind
Yeah.
of stuff. But like using him for this brand was like a very funny way to like twist
Yeah,
it.
really smart.
Yeah. And obviously like it came with his name, and like we learned about how he actually, he went to a CeraVe store, like he was shopping for CeraVe, and they posted like, just saw Michael Cera getting CeraVe. Haha, this is so funny. And then the next day it was like, oh, there's literally a campaign about him,
Yeah.
like an ad of him. So they did it
Such
really
good
well.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did such a good job in that.
Yeah. So I don't think it has to be like one or the other. I think it can be both. Like brands can utilize like building community, being authentic, work like being in their niche, and then using like these big moments as well in their marketing, and potentially like bigger people with bigger audiences if it makes sense for them.
That's the thing. Yeah, it needs to be
Yeah.
relevant, which kind of goes into the next topic. God, I'm
Great
going to butcher his name
transition there.
again.
Kamala Harris and her Gen Z marketing.
Woohoo!
He's pretty good at this.
Yep,
Thanks, Carter.
we're pretty good at transitions.
So as I hope most of you know, Joe Biden is out.
He's out.
He's
and has
out of the
COVID.
race. Oh,
Does he have COVID?
does he?
I think that's doesn't it?
He might have COVID.
I'm
heard
pretty
he was
sure
sick.
he does. I think it was COVID, was it not? Oh, what if he's dying?
Oh, he's definitely done.
Oh yeah,
Well,
he's old.
We're all dying.
Donald Trump's like 81. okay.
What? No.
Yeah.
Is he,
Look it
he's
up.
nowhere near 81.
No,
sure.
he
I
is.
actually have no idea how old he is.
He is. Hold on. Hey Siri,
It's crazy what a tan can do. Eh?
how old is Donald Trump? Oh, okay. He's 78.
He's 70.
Pretty
And how old's
much.
Joe Biden?
He doesn't look 78.
Hey Siri,
It's the Bondi.
how old
Sands.
is Joe Biden?
He's 81.
He's 81. Okay, I got it confused.
So they're like 10 years apart.
How old's
3.
Oh,
Hey Siri.
What was
How
the
old's
that's
Kamala
math?
crazy.
Harris?
They don't seem like only 3 years apart.
Yeah,
eh?
I know.
Slay, Kamala Harris is only 59. She's only 59. She looks like she's in her 40s.
I love that for her.
She's got that youthful
Anyways,
spirit.
Kamala is the new president for the Democratic Party in the US.
Nominee.
She's not the president. She's the nominee, yes.
Oh,
Hopefully
is
she will
she?
be the president.
I don't know if she's nominee yet. I think she has to go through. I think she's saying, "Hey, I'm wanting to run," but I think she has to go
Right.
through a few Democratic
A few
other
hoops.
people candidates that want to
Yeah.
go for it.
But honestly,
She's gonna get it.
knowing, the way that America works and how it's so like two
One, two.
people, like it's literally like a two-part, it's not literally a two-party system, but it operates in that way.
It's kind of like New Zealand in some sense.
Like she's gonna be the nominee.
Yeah.
And then she might win.
Well, she probably will be the nominee because her marketing is off the chain.
Off the chain. So let's get into it.
Mm-hmm.
Kamala is utilizing pop culture references and just Gen Z references to reach a younger audience.
Yes.
And Maddie, please tell me, because I have no idea what this Brat Summer thing is, because that's a big thing that Kamala's done, is utilize the whole Charlie XCX.
So we know who Charlie XCX is, right?
She's a singer.
Yeah.
Yes. Carter?
He's doing the apple dance. All I know is
So she's been around for friggin' yonks.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like years and years. But she's a singer. She's very much known for like her pop dance kind of electronic music. So it's very party vibes.
Right.
Anyway, she's come out with her album Brat. Literally such a simple marketing strategy of just Brat and black letters, and then the background is like this gorgeous like lime green that you used to paint your old walls in. It was your child,
really?
literally.
Wait, so her album's called Brat,
Her album's called Brat.
right?
And so because all of her songs, everyone was just so excited about this album because she's also just a singer-songwriter for a lot of other artists, and a lot of people love her stuff and whatnot. And obviously it's summer over in the northern hemisphere. And so I guess people just adopted this and were like, oh my gosh, this album's coming out. It's a hot girl album.
Right.
It's Hot Girl Summer. It's called Brat. We're going to have a Brat Summer, essentially.
Right.
So that's kind of how it came into play. And I want to say that she did a great job with her marketing because it's just so simple.
But what was the whole, it's this, but it's da-da-da-da?
Oh, I think it was to do with how she was just wording things. And when she did her song with Lord, she had a song originally and then she did a remix with Lord. And that's the remix, like, I guess, cover.
Right.
Was it's girls but Lord's in it or something, whatever like that. And that's how it kind of became into a thing.
And also, I don't know if she actually did this to all her albums, but Abdel did show me like on Spotify when Brat came out, she like changed the cover of all her other albums to look like Brat.
Someone else did that for theirs as well. Doja Cat did that for hers. She did it all red.
Right.
Because Paint the Town Red.
That makes sense.
And so when that song came out, all of her albums she changed to red. So if Charlie did that, makes sense.
And maybe she changed the names as well. So she was like,
I didn't know this.
Guys,
yeah.
Kamala Harris.
Yeah, we're getting to it.
We're getting to the
No,
part.
we talked about Charlie
You
and
need the
now we're talking
context.
about albums.
Yeah, but it only makes sense that Kamala did what Charlie XCX did because Charlie did it first. And Gen Z ate it up.
Yeah.
So like
Is Kamala doing what Charlie did?
Yes.
I thought Charlie just called her a brat.
So
no.
he's interrupting our flow when he has no idea
Anyway, let her
where we're
speak.
headed.
Okay.
Let her speak. Please,
So,
please.
Charlie changed all her album covers to Brat, and then she would go, it's album cover. Oh, no, it's Brat, but it's, and then the name of the original album. And then what Kamala's done in her campaign is go, Brat something, it's Kamala, but da-da-da-da. Does that make sense?
Did you fall from the coconut tree? Anyway, so Kamala's now, obviously Joe Biden's out. She's coming in. And before she was a potential nominee for the Democratic Party, people were already making edits on TikTok with like not thirst edits, but like of edits of her being like a bad bitch.
Yeah.
And with Charlie XCX music behind it.
Yeah.
And then Charlie like posted on Twitter X, like
I'm pretty sure
Kamala is
changed
Brat.
her I thought
Yeah, she, like,
Kamala
changed her whole thing.
like Twitter to like be brat.
That's what I'm saying. So there were
did.
beforehand, there were already so many edits with her being like, oh, she's such a boss bitch. She literally like she's what's the word, like taking on this. She's kind of like the embodiment of Charlie XCX. Like they're just trying to like
Right.
that album, and they're just, you know, people, you know what Gen Z is like. We make edits out of everything.
Yeah.
And we want to endorse like female empowerment and everything like that. And of course, like another female that's empowered in the music industry, put them together, we've got a campaign. And so when she became the candidate or the nominee, it was only fitting that they would keep going with that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
actually, and because you got to think, the Democratic Party, this is just what I'm assuming.
Mhm.
A lot of their voters are probably younger.
Yes, you could. That's probably
And-
a safe assumption to make.
And so she's going for obviously the younger generation,
Yeah.
which is hilarious because this isn't actually in the article, but she said she thought that 18-year-olds are stupid.
right.
She's on record saying that,
Now she's changed her tune.
but now she's like changing it up.
Needs the vote.
She needs the votes, which I love. If I was in America, woo, democracy, you know? I love my lefties.
Democrats. Period.
But I just find it interesting. But anyway, so all of this has happened, and she's actually gotten, I think it was the first, like the biggest donations in American history for a president.
Kamala.
Yeah, for a presidential nominee
wow.
or candidate, $81 million.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people also had thoughts about that because I think one of the like a big rich family pretty much donated a lot of it to her as well because they obviously want her to become president. That's the whole
Yeah.
thing with donations, isn't it? You want them to
Yeah.
get bigger and bigger. And so you're going to donate money so you can make sure that the people that you're in, I was going to say team, but I don't want to say team because that's not a right political term.
No. But yeah.
Iconic.
So essentially, Kamala just leveraged Charlie XCX's campaign to campaign herself as the Democratic nominee, which is very smart.
But also, I thought it was going to be a bit risky.
But I actually,
Copyright and...
I mean, she had permission from Charlie, didn't she? Charlie said Kamala is brat.
I would have been like, girl, where's my money? Where's that 81 million? Like if
Yeah.
you're using all my songs, like I'll give you all access to my songs to use your presidential
I
run.
feel like Charlie is probably like trying to support, you know, like she's like,
Yeah, true.
She
But
like-
she's English.
oh, well, that's.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. Charlie's English. That's also the other thing. Charlie
I
XCX.
thought she was
is an
American.
English
so she
lady.
was like
American.
low key, like utilizing her art
Yeah,
to push her political agenda.
yeah.
But if she's English,
That's
then
what I'm saying.
off.
But yeah, and that's why I'm like, surely,
Yeah,
but if it was me,
I don't know. But anyway, the point I was getting to is
Sorry.
that Kamala's done something really fucking smart here because she was being laughed at originally, right? People were creating memes about Kamala.
we did it, Joe.
Yeah. Like she's been a meme since day one.
Yeah.
However, now she's laughing with us.
Mm.
We're not laughing at her. She's
So
laughing
true.
with us. And I feel like so many brands these days miss out on like twisting, like turning the situation around and being like, actually, no, I'm going to join in on making fun of myself.
Yeah.
Agree.
Because it's such a common thing these days with cancel culture.
People
for,
have
like-
an ego too.
Exactly.
They hate
It's
being
such a common thing for brands to be like cancelled, and I say that very lightly because majority of them aren't
Yeah.
truly cancelled. But like you can also join in on poking fun at yourself, and then it just makes you so much more likable, especially to younger crowds like Gen Z.
They're gonna respect it as well because you're
Yeah.
like, cool. They're not embarrassed. They don't have an ego,
Yeah.
and so that's why people want to. They want to follow people that are real about it.
Yeah, but I'm really interested to see because this is like the first time that we've seen a political candidate, especially in the US. Like may have happened elsewhere in like smaller countries, but a political candidate
I can't
utilizing
think of any.
Gen Z like marketing terms and like just pop culture in general to help them get ahead in their campaign. And I feel like it's fun, but also could go down a real slippery slope.
All I'm thinking, because I always try to like put myself in like two minds about it.
Yeah.
So if I was a Republican,
Mm.
I was a Republican, and I saw that. No, like that's the thing. I was like, how could we nitpick what they're doing?
You
And it's like, why is
Probably
she?
easily?
The first thing was, why is she using a British girl's marketing when you're
Yeah.
American? You should be embracing American
Yeah.
culture. Blah blah blah. Like I get that. Also, like it's such not that it's I'm not saying it's a weird campaign, but I've never seen it happen before.
Yeah.
Of people, leveraging on Gen Z
Yeah.
humor, what we're doing, what we do. Like even those like simple edits, like it's not high quality. It's not production. And you see like Trump, right? I was looking at both Trump's and Kamala's pages and how they're like running them at the moment. And Trump is all about, it's literally all the same. It's just photo of crowds, photo of him on stage, photo of the crowds, of his supporters, everything like that. Whereas hers is just so different. It's just mixed up. There's more. It's not necessarily about, oh, look at me, look at me. It's about, hey, these are the things we're going to provide. This is me like having a fun time. Like it's showing her as a human.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, it's
It'll
more
be
fun.
Interesting to see if it works.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah,
don't know.
it's a slippery slope. Like obviously marketing as a whole has changed drastically
Yeah, I agree.
over the last like 10 years. Like the way that we market these days is so far from traditional marketing, yet political campaigning has stayed relatively
Same.
traditional, even for more like left-leaning parties. The way that they've like campaigned for themselves has stayed pretty traditional. So I'm just interested to see how this goes. If she's going to succeed, and then if she does, how other candidates will market themselves.
I think as well, if we look about it in terms of she will be the first, if she, obviously makes it, she'll be the first female president, first female president of color as well.
Yeah.
So like I think there's that aspect that you have to take into account because, I mean, if Joe Biden were doing this stuff, like it's different.
Yeah,
like it would
it
be so
is.
different. And I think that's what's cool about this is
quite
that
cool.
she is utilizing it and she's making it her own. But I think if Donald Trump were doing this stuff, I just don't think he would be getting the votes.
Yeah,
that
that's
he,
true.
Do you know
it
what I
might
mean?
be
He'd
cool
lose people.
because it's Kamala, and it's like she's the first female. She could be the first female president. She could be the first Black president. She could be the first president that's utilized these marketing strategies. So like it's quite cool because it's her.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see if like, I don't know, conservative white men start trying. It just might not hit the same. It might not run with the Gen Z audiences. We'll soon find out. Well,
Kamala.
go Kamala.
Go Kamala.
Wow.
We love you.
Vote Kamala 2024.
For
Vote LeBron James.
when is the
Honestly,
voting?
I haven't looked into this woman. She's probably a terrible person because she's a politician.
She's not. I don't think she's her. I watched her. Her husband. He's called second gentleman.
Oh,
So if he, he'll be
Slay.
first gentleman, which I thought he was just gonna be like first man. Because like first lady, I just thought man. But gentleman's nicer.
Yeah.
But he's a lovely man. Apparently-
Her husband.
Yeah, apparently he got like really wasted at like a baseball game, and his friend was like, "You should like hit this lady up," and he was like, "Oh, I don't know what she was. She was quite high in the government at that point. It was like attorney general or something like that."
Oh, Kamala.
Yeah, and then
Oh, that's how they met.
yeah, and he was like, "Oh, okay," and so he said like, "Oh, I'd love to go on a date." She was like, "Okay," and then like the next day I was hungover and was like, "Hey," like. Apparently he nearly lost it. Anyway, he seems like a lovely guy,
Well, for the sake of the
Wow.
world and the nation of the United
that's
States
normal.
and our bosses and co-workers that
Yes.
now live there in this nation.
Yeah.
Let's hope that Kamala is a great lady
Mm.
and becomes a great president.
LeBron James 2024.
Ignore him,
I
everyone.
I couldn't
LeBron.
even tell you anything about LeBron apart
What?
from he has 2 sons
And
one
he's
of
the
them's-
greatest basketball player. Okay.
Oh,
He's not the greatest basketball player of all
Oh,
time.
he is.
who said that?
Okay, gotta go. Thank you so much for
Bye.
tuning in.
Thanks for yapping with us.
Bye.